Rockin' the Blues, 101.9 Dog FM, Queen, Fat Bottom Girl. It is 9:40 on a Monday morning. Dylan Black is my name. The Queen Extravaganza is going to be rolling into town. National Arts Centre, January 20th is the date. Ticketmaster has your stubs at the National Arts Centre box office. Now, Queen Extravaganza, handpicked by the surviving members of Queen. We're talking about Brian May and Roger Taylor. And one of the guys that has blown pretty much everybody away online on YouTube, millions of hits, Ellen and American Idol. His name is Marc Martel, and he's joining us this morning out of Nashville. Marc Martel, good morning.
Good morning, Dylan.
How you doing today?
I'm good, man. How are you?
We're good. I'm good. And, okay, so let's talk a bit about, let's go back in time a touch. We're going back, I guess, about a year and a half at this point when you found out that you were going to be auditioning for the Queen Extravaganza. How did it all come to be?
Well, I found out about this contest they're having online through a friend here in Nashville, Tennessee, and I said, heck, why not? And there you go.
Okay. Now, I know we're sort of repeating the story because you've been on the air with me a couple of times over the past year or so, and seems like the momentum has just been going crazy. Now you guys are starting out some more dates in January. Took a bit of a break from it. Now, why did the guys decide to get you guys back out on the road again?
Well, this is the dream of Roger Taylor, who's the drummer of Queen, and, it's kind of in a way, I think, a way that he sees his legacy. You know, he wants his music to live on. And they're just trying to be careful about how they do it. The first time was kind of a test run. It was a big run. I mean, we went all over North America. But I think they're trying to figure out how to do it more efficiently. We've got the band looks a little bit different this time. We've got a couple less members. And they're kind of focusing on an area of the country where it was like wildly successful. So we're going to be, this tour is going to be only in the Northeast mostly. We're going to be focusing on the Northeast states and mostly in Canada. The Canadian response to this thing has just been overwhelming, and so we're going to spend a lot more time in Canada in this next run.
Okay, so let's talk about you personally. I mean, you were all over the world with the band down here, but you guys have decided to sort of call it quits. 4-time Juno Award winner, too, I might add, which is pretty darn cool. And but, I mean, now, like you said, this time you're going all over different places with the Queen Extravaganza. I mean, you landed on American Idol. You were on Ellen before you were handpicked by the guys with the Queen. How cool are these experiences for you?
And my wife and I were going over some of the video footage that we took from my experience on the Ellen show, and it still feels like it happened to someone else. It was just a real cool experience. The whole thing in some ways feels like a whirlwind, but in another way, it kind of feels really natural. Like you mentioned, my other band down here is, after 12 years full time on the road, they're calling it quits. And, that's a little bit of a scary thing for a guy when that's all you know is full-time music, being on the road, slugging it out. It's hard to imagine yourself doing anything else. And when it came time for us to realize that, the band, we weren't going to be the Rolling Stones, and, we weren't going to be playing together for 50 years, that was kind of a realization for me, like, well, what am I going to do next? And, thankfully, I'm really thankful for this Queen Extravaganza thing because it kind of allowed for me to, in a way for me, it's kind of a transition into what's next for me. I don't know how long this Queen Extravaganza thing is going to go. Maybe it goes another couple of years. Maybe it goes another 10 years. I don't know. That's the thing with music. You just don't know. Mm-hmm. But it's allowed for a really great transition. I'm going to be trying my hand at some solo music next year and seeing how that goes. So trying different things.
Okay, and how neat is it too? Because whenever you take on not a role, but I mean everybody's comparing you to Freddie Mercury. So online, I mean, when somebody does that with such an iconic figure, you're going to get bashed, right? But you are not getting bashed. People are saying, "Wow, who is this guy?" He is like a clone almost of Freddie Mercury. I mean, when you're doing the Queen Extravaganza thing, that is, right? So, I mean, how does that feel to be compared to such a legend?
It's a bit of a weird thing. I mean, it's, I've been getting that pretty regularly the fact that I just sound like Freddie Mercury for the last at least 10 years. And you say I don't get bashed, but there's always, I make the mistake of reading my own YouTube comments. And, most musicians say, don't read that stuff, man, and there's a good reason why. People write whatever they want when there's no accountability. But I find it entertaining, and there's always going to be haters out there, but most of the people, you're right, the overwhelming response has been that people love this, and it's just a huge honor to kind of carry the torch of this really great rock singer, and in any way that I can. And so I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah, well, and you're definitely no clone in a way, like I'm saying, because you're with the Down Here for years, writing your own music, performing your own music, and now you're going to think about doing the solo thing. Awesome. If people want to connect with Marc Martel online, how can they do it?
MarcMartelmusic.com, and obviously the QueenExtravaganza.com. We've got some great rock and roll coming your way in January. Can't wait to play with you guys.
Yeah, that's awesome. National Arts Center, the location, tickets on sale right now through Ticketmaster. Marc Martel, this has been fun.
That's me.
We're gonna have to get you in here to co-host in the morning show when you roll into town. Okay, so
that would be a blast, man. Let's do that.
We're gonna work on that. Thank you so much for joining us. Best of luck with the tour, and we'll talk to you when you come into town.
All right, Dylan. Take care, man.
Hey, Greg, check this.